All right, all right, all right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong and do my best to represent Harlem.
He'll do the knowledge to the master builder. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Right now, folks, and the fulfillment of a lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Williams.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just...
Oh, and what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from Williams.
You know, there should be a lot more of those ahead. I mean, he's no flash in the pan, guys. I mean, he's going to be around this league a long time.
Certainly appears that way to me, too. I mean, he's got the confidence and ability of a player who's capable of being a fixture in this league for years.
Just 5 to shoot. Lowry drives in, shakes off the strong D, and gets to the bucket for 2. Lowry's got his first points of the game. What about Kyle Lowry on offense? The last 2 seasons, he's been absolutely dominant, Clark.
Yeah, he's developed enough as a point guard now to where he really knows how to direct and lead his team. He's not just a catalyst anymore. He's a leader, and that's the big difference I see with him. And his shot has become more refined.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
DeRozan with it. Williams picks him up. Williams against Lowry. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by George. Pacers leading by 3. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. I caught up with head coach Dwayne Casey. A key concern for his side is how to keep Monte Ellis from running amok on their defense. He said there are very few players in the league who can take a sliver or a seam in a defense and turn it into 2 points as efficiently as Monte Ellis does. He said 1 step and he's at the rim. We have to move our feet as a unit or he'll get to the rim all game long. Guys?
And thank you for that, Doris.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And George kicks to Williams. Shot from 12. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Outside Lowry. 1:57 left to play here in the first. Taken away by Williams. And there's Paul George on the assist by Ellis. George has got 5.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
I want everyone here in the Air Canada Center to give it up and cheer on your dance band.
And here's a look at the stats for Jonas Valanciunas. A very nice season for him last year. Second in field goal percentage. And he was among the top rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And you pointed out his ranking as the second best shooter in the league last season. I think with a little extra work, he could actually become #1.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Patterson. Ross comes in for DeMar Carroll. Powell, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took then Greg to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. Really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
And the second free throw, good.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
Valanciunas with a screen on Williams. Here's Joseph. He dishes it to Valanciunas. There's the bucket. Good. Valanciunas has got his first points of the night.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Greg, you were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
Here's Miles. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Joseph dishes to Scola. Beyond the arc. Cannot hit. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Stuckey outside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. They'll shoot two. They get Luis Scola. For Indiana, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. Raptors trail by 7. And it's sent back by Hill. But he stays with it. Screen by Scola. Powell kicks to Valanciunas. Over Hill. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Valanciunas has got his second basket of the night. Williams for 3. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so the first quarter is in the books. Indiana out in front. They're up by 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about...
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you?
You really don't.
And the first half is now in the books.
Okay.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Been a stellar outing in this.
And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
Yeah, when adversity was at its greatest, they came up big. They seemed to relax a little bit and won.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge, and the impact carried them through the entire game. Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, DeRozan is capable of just going off on any night. You know, his leadership.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Chicago.
Today on 2K TV postseason,